Hello everybody and welcome to Solo Rolling. If this is your first time watching this show, welcome, first off. And second off, it is just me playing Dungeons and Dragons by myself with these different solo 5e adventures that I get from DM's Guild. Tonight we're playing Tyrant of Zhentil Keep, and this is going to be a part 3, which should be the finale of this one. If you did not watch the first two, don't worry, I can do a very quick recap. Because the combat in the last two episodes actually took me quite some time, so not a whole lot has actually happened. So it's not too bad for me to recap. First, I got to this town called Zhentil Keep. It kind of actually looks like that cover picture. It is pretty terrible. Lots of fantasy racism going on, which is always bad. And so I've been kind of trying to lay low, but then I found out from a fortune teller that apparently I'm going to be saving the world. I being the Circle of Wildfire Druid, Bearkin Druid, Smokey the Bearkin. So I paid for this fortune telling, and she told me that I will save the world. A Zenitarium soldier will ask me on a quest, and my destiny lies in the mouth of a skull. I also have caught some different stories and rumors of 10,000 orcs marching on Raven Citadel. And other than that, I got into a bar fight my very first night by trying to save a half-orc that was getting bullied. Almost died. I did very poorly in that fight, so that was not super great. That took most of episode 1, to be honest. After that fight, I found this halfling that was super sad. Decided to stop by and see how I could help him. Found out that he owns a shop in town and somebody's been burglarizing his wares. And he found a tunnel in his basement that he believes that's where they're going. I was very sleepy, so I went to bed first, and he told me to come back the next morning. So when I came back the next morning, the next night, because it only happens at night. So when I came back the next night, he showed me where the tunnel was, and from there, I went down the tunnel, found a bunch of goblins, again, almost died a few times, fought a goblin, no, it was a bugbear. Found a bugbear with some wargs and things, almost died. I've got 8 HP left. I'm level 3, by the way, so 8 HP is getting down there. I'm less than a third of my health. But I saved the day, found out that they were actually tunneling to connect two armies into like this mountain where they could more quickly ambush. I don't know if they were trying to ambush this town that I'm in or what town, but they were definitely trying to connect these roadways. So I put a stop to that real quick, shut them down, freed 2 goblins that were pretty cool. Oh no, one of them definitely died. Oof. I feel bad about that, but I saved his brother at least. And then I was heading back to go to sleep again, and I'm hoping nothing interrupts that, because like I said, I've got 8 HP, and I think all my spells, yeah, I've got 1 level 1 spell slot left, so I'm really hoping nothing pops off, or I am most definitely going to die. One last thing, I did go shopping also, and this is part 2 in a 3-part series of books, but the first one's not connected to this one, but part 3 and part 2 are connected. I did part 1 a long time ago, and I couldn't remember how much gold I had, so I've been using just like low amounts of gold. I did go back and find out I actually ended with 700 gold, so what I did was I added that to my tally of gold I've got, and I was hoping that we could, in chat, figure out what we want to buy with this 815 gold. So a couple things I've got written down in my notes that we were looking at last time is an elemental gem, so I can summon a water elemental that is 400 gold. A helm of languages, so that's 450 gold. And if you've never played a solo adventure before, a lot of the time it will say, do you know that? Not a lot of the time, but sometimes they'll say, do you know this language? And if you do, you get to go to a different entry in the book, which is usually like a better entry than if you don't know the language. So I've got that on there as my if, and then a wand of magic missiles. I think Sean's watching, so I'm sure Sean's going to be voting for the wand of magic missiles, but I can't buy 2 of any of those, so it's got to be between elemental gem, helm of languages, wand of magic missiles. Healing potions are 150 gold each, so whatever I'm left with, I will spend the rest on healing potions. So I could get the elemental gem and 2 healing potions. Oh wait, no, I couldn't. I can only get 1 healing potion no matter what, can't I? Because that would... Oh no, I could do that. That will be 700 gold exactly. So I'll have 15 gold left going into the finale of this. So I'm not sure how great that would be, but we could try it. I'm actually thinking I'm going to get... let me look up real quick this elemental gem. Because I want to see if it's a one-time use or if I can use it multiple times. If I can use it multiple times... oh, you have to break it to conjure a water elemental. Ooh, but then it lasts for an hour. But it's concentration. Ooh. I've got a lot of concentration spells. I think I am going to actually go with the Wand of Magic Missiles instead. I didn't think I was going to do that, but yeah, I'm going to grab the Wand of Magic Missiles and 1 healing potion. Okay. Now we're ready to start. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that I got all the shopping out of the way in case anything pops off like right away. So, I do know I ended in entry number 51. Is that the right size? That looks pretty dang small. No, I guess that is the right size. It looks pretty blurry on the stream, doesn't it? We'll see how it goes. I definitely passed 51. Okay, so I guess I did make it back to my room. I didn't think I did, but this has it as if I am going to sleep. So, you fall asleep quickly. Sometime later, how long you do not know, you will wake to the sound of a tap, tap, tap. Half asleep, you think it's part of a dream at first and ignore it, but then you hear again. Your eyes fly open and you sit bolt upright, rolling off the bed and grabbing your weapon. It's coming from the window. Peering over the edge of your bed, you look towards the window, but you shut the curtains earlier so you can't see anything. Tapping again, and then a voice. Outlander, come to the window! Some instincts tell you the tone is friendly and you move cautiously over. Besides, if this is an enemy outside your window, would they be announcing their presence? You yank the curtain open and see an elf standing on the roof outside, clad in Zhentil livery. So Zhentil, I know I am butchering that name very badly. It's like the Zenitarium, however you spell that or pronounce that. But that's like the guard of this area, and I think they're supposed to be good guys, but I've always gotten kind of a bad guy vibe from them. Especially because how crappy this city is. However, something about his bearing, his expression, tells you that this is not some Zhentil drone. There is too much dignity and intelligence in his face for that to be the case. Do you know Teodric the Elven Knight? I don't believe I've got that anywhere in my notes. I do not know him. So I go to 62. What do you want? You whisper urgently. The knight checks behind and to the sides, perhaps to see if he has followed. Open the window. We need to talk. You are hesitant at first, but then he says the following. We know of your deeds in Weathercoat Wood. Your defeat of the Death Knight. I definitely did that, like, a year and a half ago in the first part. Your rescue of Derek Brumont. Hey, Randall. Yeah. I think you were there for all of the last one, Randall, but really, what it ended up being was I went and I saved that halfling. I saved his shop. I went down into some tunnels, underneath the shop, the halfling shop, killed a bunch of bugbears that were imprisoning goblins and making them dig a big tunnel. They were trying to connect two different tunnels and killed them. Let the goblins go because they were just like slaves, and went back to my room and went to sleep. I did, however, look up how much gold I got from book 1, and I ended up going with a wand of magic missiles and a healing potion to buy. So, that's where we are now. As for right now, this dude just woke me up from my sleep, tapping on my window. And he said, we know of your deeds in the Weathercoat Woods, your defeat of the Death Knight, your rescue of Derek Brumont. Do not ask me how we know this, we just do. And now a new quest awaits you. Glory and riches, my friend. So, that fortune teller did indeed tell me a Zenitanar, whatever that's called, guard will be asking me for a quest. And it seems like she was correct. These words seal the deal for you, and you slide the window up. The elven warrior steps through. Thank you, he says. My name is Teodric. I belong to an ancient order, the Knights of Mithranar. We have been watching you, Outlander, ever since you arrived in Zhentil Keep. We have eyes throughout the city, not as many as the Black Network, but enough for us to achieve our aims. You consider for a moment. What aims? Arm yourself. We need to take a walk. You pick up your weapon and equip yourself as you wish and follow Teodric to the door and out to the streets. So my guess is this was the person that was spying on me in like the beginning of episode 1. Teodric leads you deep into a labyrinth of tangled streets and endlessly twisting alleyways. Suddenly he stops dead in his tracks, putting a fist in the air. You freeze and he waits, holding his dagger at his side. Quiet now. And waits for a moment, listening, making sure you are not followed. Finally, after what seems like an age, the Elven Knight moves forward towards a door at the end of the alley, motioning for you to follow. You arrive at the door, an unassuming wooden entrance on the side of a building. Teodric pushes it open, ushers you inside, and steps through himself, quickly shutting it behind. You are in total darkness, and just as you begin to fear for your life and suspect that you are the victim of some hideous, deadly trap, a flame bursts into life and candles are lit. 1, 2, 3. Shedding light around the room and illuminating faces. Seated around a table are 6 old men in hooded robes, but by their bearing, the scars they wear, you know they are warriors and veterans. Welcome, traveler. Grab a seat. 160. The 6 old men and the elven warrior who brought you here all sit down around the table, their faces lit by the shimmering light of candles. Welcome, traveler. I don't know why I'm doing this voice of this guy. No doubt you are wondering why you're here. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Huon Falconhand, and I'm the leader of this little band, we the Knights of Mithranar. That sounds very Dungeons and Dragons-esque. Another one of the old men pipes up. Well, the Knights of the Myth. Huon cuts the man off. Shut up, Addy. He shakes his head, turning back to me. No, of course, we are not the entirety of the Knights of the Myth Drainer. What we are is a small cell placed here in Zhentil Keep, so that we might be useful in our old age. I forgot these are old people. I'll do a different old voice for one of them. We sheathed our swords long ago, but still watch and keep an eye on Manchun and his evil doings, and those are many. So yes, Manchun is I haven't met him. It's not from what I've gathered through rumors and things from the last 2 episodes is that he's kind of like the town master, governor, dictator, tyrant. You know what? It's probably Tyrant, the Tyrant of Zhentil Keep. He's probably a tyrant here. People don't seem to like him at all. The guts of his, my friend. Another chimes in, is what we have been watching you. We need one such as yourself. As you can see, we are well past our prime. Not only that, but no knight of Myth Drainer, even a young one, could complete the task we require of you. As there is a danger that a native of Moonsea would be recognized by Zhentil. Illis is right. Perhaps you have seen the discrimination that is currently being shown towards orcs, and heard the stories, perchance, of an orc horde marching on the Citadel of Raven. It's all nonsense. Complete falsehood. Utter codswallow. The rumor goes that gallant Tar Hawkhelm. So we've got Hawkhelm and Falcom Arm. The captain of the guard of the Citadel was assassinated by orc spies who somehow infiltrated the Citadel. Well, we know that's a falsehood because the Citadel is practically impenetrable by a force of any size. Besides that, what motive would the Thar orcs have to invade the Citadel? It poses no strategic advantage for them. Their own lands are well defended and they have no designs over the Moonsea. No, it's a ruse, all of it. The Black Network are experts at this sort of scaremongering. The real truth is that Manchun had gallant Tar Hawkhelm assassinated by his spies. Hawkhelm was elected by all the Moonsea cities to serve as commander of the Citadel, protecting the Moonsea from invaders, but it is known that he is defiant towards Manchun. For this reason, Manchun wanted him dead, and now he is dead. And soon the Zhentil will have full control of the Citadel. Once they do, Manchun will dominate these lands. I'm trying to see why my background's flickering like that. It is rumored that there is a network of tunnels that originates in the Dragonspine Mountains and leads right under the Citadel. Zhentil, the founder of the city, had the tunnels constructed to serve as an escape route from the Citadel in times of siege, and we have only ever suspected these tunnels existed, but now we know they must exist, and now the Zhentil have found them. Perhaps they knew about the tunnels all along, because this is the only way into the Citadel, other than going through the gates, and the only way the Zhentil could have gotten in there is to assassinate Hawkhelm. Unless they teleported in, says an old knight, raising a finger. No, there is no teleport. There's a teleport cage around the Citadel. Citadel is ancient, full of mysteries. No one can teleport in. Once inside, magic can be used, but no one can teleport past those walls. All right. Huon looks at you expectantly with a glimmer of hope in his clear blue eyes. We need you to find the entrance to these tunnels, wherever it lies within the dragon spines. We need you to follow these tunnels inside the Citadel, and once there, to kill the Zhentil spies that have infiltrated the Citadel. They may be holding the men of their hostage, or they may be hiding in plain sight. You'll be rewarded. King Azron will see to that. We have already discussed this matter with him, and he likes all of us, desires to thwart Manchun's plans, and here's a token of goodwill. Ooh, Theodric places a pouch in your hand, a heavy pouch. 800 gold, he says, and another 800 once the job's done. Huon continues. If you cannot find the entrance to the tunnels, continue to the citadel, and there's a small chance you can get in over or under the walls. Concealed in a cart, perhaps? I don't know. But you look like a cunning sort. Once you're inside, you must find a knight called Sir Stevel Skyrund, a purple dragon knight, and tell him exactly what we have told you. Let me just copy this real quick. Don't want to be forgetting that. But if you can, try your utmost to find the tunnel entrance. We must destroy that so that no other Zenitarum can infiltrate the citadel. Who on sighs as if exhausted from telling the story? Yeah, my throat's hurting from telling the story. So what do you say, traveler? Are you willing to take the quest? I cannot refuse a good quest. So go to 295. Huon's face lights up with a bright smile, as do all the faces of all the other men in the table. Excellent. I can't tell you what this means to us, friend. You will be rewarded, but beyond that, you will have saved the Moonsea from tyranny. And, of course, you will always have friends in the Knights of the Myth Drainer. Go now. Place a hand on your shoulder. Oh, he places a hand on your shoulder. Get some rest. You'll need it for the quest ahead. At dawn tomorrow, leave the city. A mile from the gates. Teodric, and he motions to the knight who led me here, will lead you with the horse and guide you to the foot of the dragon spine. It's about 30 miles ride. Oof. After that, you are on your own. One of the knights, an ancient character who looks more like a mage than a fighter, approaches you with a blue bottle. To heal your wounds, he says in a quiet voice. I fear you will need it, young warrior. Add 1 healing potion. Yeah. Heck yeah. I'm kind of wishing I didn't buy stuff now, because since I just got that 800 gold, I could have gotten like some cooler stuff now. 2 HP potions, wand of magic missiles. Yeah, I know the next book is called Raven Citadel. What is going on with? So I'm thinking that's gonna be most of this one. After exchanging final words and receiving their blessings, you quietly emerge back in the alleyway and walk quickly, finding your way back onto the street. Your head is spinning at what you have been thrust into the middle of, but you can't help the feeling this quest is going to be vitally important. You return to your lodgings, your mind abuzz with anticipation at the prospect of this quest as you navigate your way back to the inn. You sleep well at the inn after a long night and adventure-filled day in Zhentil Keep. Oh yes, long rest finally. Oof, I didn't even realize that I didn't get a long rest before I just went with that dude. That could have ended up really bad if it was an ambush. The next morning, you wake with the rising of the sun and go downstairs where the innkeeper serves you a steaming hot bowl of porridge with dark brown sugar and a large mug of coffee to bolster your spirits. Ooh. You make your way through the quite early morning streets of Zhentil Keep, slightly on edge as you watch the rooftops and alleyways for the spies. But you reach the city gates without incident and give a nod to the Zhentil guards as you leave the gray walls of Zhentil Keep and start west back towards Teshwave. You walk for about half an hour, keeping an eye out for the knight Tedric. As you ascend a long, gradual slope leading up towards the foothills of the rocky Dragonspine Mountains. Then, as you near the upper ridge of the slope, the elf himself suddenly appears from amongst a small copse of trees, riding one horse and leading another. He is dressed in chainmail, but wears no livery, Teodric comes alongside you and dismounts, unhitching the second horse's reins from his own mount and handing them to you. Morning. Shall we ride? You mount Chestnut Mare with ease and set off alongside Teodric as the morning sun climbs onto the sky on your backs, warming the air in the grassy landscape that surrounds you. Teodric says little as you ride, and together you cover many miles. By mid-morning, the Dragonspire Mountains fill your view, towering the sky before you like rocky sentinels. You ride all day, stopping only at midday for a bite to eat and to water the horses from a small stream. And by early evening, you have reached a small junction marked by a large obelisk where a trail leads northeast into the heart of the Dragon Spines. A road branches off southeast towards Tetchwave. Teodric dismounts and indicates that you do also. Go on foot from here. That will lead you right to the Dragon Spines. The journey to the Citadel Raven will take several days, and much of it will be hard going. But you look well traveled, so you'll do fine. Teodric equips you with extra provisions, just food, a ring bearing the crest of the Knights. Okay, I wonder if I'm gonna need that. Oh, get out of here. Let's see if I need that. Hey, Sabai. Dead boy bows before the Goose Lord. Speaking of, I got an email from our website yesterday, the day before, and they said, "Hello, Mr. Goose," and I fucking loved that. I thought that was hilarious. I have no idea how to find these secret tunnels that Huron spoke of, nor how to enter them, or enter the Citadel should you find the tunnels, but should you manage to reach Sir Stevel Skinyard, show him this ring and he will know that your mission is true. You think Teodric and part ways, watching him ride into the distance. You start setting up camp, wondering what adventures Dragonspire Mountains holds for you. Oh, is that it? Congratulations, adventurer. You made it to the end of part 1. Your quest to foil the evil plots of Manchun and his black network will continue in part 2, Citadel Raven. Keep your character sheet aside in preparation for this quest. In the meantime, there's no reason why you couldn't create a new character and explore this adventure more. Where'd I go? Ah, well, shoot, guys, that was a short one. How about this? I like doing this. I would love to be known as Mr. Goose. Yeah, this one, yeah. I agree, Randall. Yeah, that was it. So I got... so if you're just now tuning in, stick around. We will go ahead and make my new character for the next adventure we do. And Adam... yes, Adam DeGeese. Yeah, Danny, so this one was... You go into a town, and there's a lot of wide options in the town. I did like 2 quests, and then you kind of get the hook that leads you to the 3rd book. So now there's going to be another book after this one that I may be starting next week, or I may be starting a different one next week, and then coming back to Raven Citadel. Not sure yet, but even if I do book 3, I think I will change my character just because I really like to... change things up. One of my favorite things about this adventure, or about this series, this solo rolling series, is that I can play around a lot with a lot of new characters. So, let me see if I can't quickly get my D&D Beyond on the screen for you all to see, and we can make my next character together at least. Because I did not expect that to end so soon. I thought I had more of that adventure to go. I mean, it did take me 2 sessions and then a half hour tonight to play, but... Okay. Let me... make sure that I'm going to be showing you all the right... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this instead. just so you all can actually see. I mean, you don't need to see it that much. Sorry, this is just gonna take 1 second. Yeah, Dead Boy. They are a lot of fun. They're kind of like choose your own adventures, but then it'll say, like you can get to like a big cliff in the wall, and it'll say, how do you want to climb this this big cliff? Do you want to try to just climb the rocks? If so, make an athletics check, and then you just do rolls, and it tells you what happens if you fail or succeed. Let me go to... so you all are about to see all my characters, aren't you? Nope. Nope. Alright, let me get this cropping a little bit more so I can make it bigger. Alright. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I thought I had more time left. Alright, so, but this will be fun. We have crowdsourced on solo rolling at the end of some streams the last, like, 3 or 4 characters I made, and it's always a lot of fun. So if we need to, I can throw up some polls if we don't have any clear winners. And so I don't know about you all, but what I always start with is I usually start with my class first. So let me just let you all know a couple classes in case you haven't watched all the solo rollings. I'll let you all know what I've played so far before I start looping back and redoing some characters. So this one was a druid. So I've done druid, I did a cleric, I did a ranger, barbarian, Danny, if you're still there, I think you've seen all these. Did I do a sorcerer yet or not? I can't remember. Let me try to think. I haven't done an artificer yet, and I really like artificer. I mean, I kind of take that back. I did an artificer on a solo adventure that me and a friend of mine did on a stream. It's like a 2-person solo adventure, so I guess a duo adventure. But it was like a year and a half ago before we actually had solo rolling. I did do warlock. I did a dwarf warlock, and that was a lot of fun. He did really good too. I think the only one I've died with so far is my cleric. But yeah, there's a lot of different solo adventures out there. There's a couple different authors. This is like the 4th. This is a pretty big author. The person who wrote this one, Paul Blimmer, or 5e solo Gamebooks, has a lot. Randall has a really cool series in chat that I'm very much waiting for book 2 to come out. So let me try this. How about we do... Let me make sure I'm caught up on chat so I'm not ignoring anybody. Yeah, Sabai, that crab, though, really messed me up. Gerunda told me not to go fight that crab. Okay. I did a monk, but again, Sabai, that was, like, the very first... I think it might have been the very first solo adventure I ever did. Or it was, like, one of the first 3. So it was before solo rolling. It was back like a year and a half ago when I was just testing the waters. So I'm going to get a poll started. Polls. Where are the polls? Next class. I'm going to add artificer. I'll put monk up there. And Yeah, so I got Artificer on the pole, Monk. I'll put Blood Hunter. And then Sorcerer. And I'll just do those 4. So I'll go ahead and start that. So that's how you enter. You type in ! vote, space, and then 0 for Artificer, 1 for Monk, 2 for Blood Hunter, and 3 for Sorcerer. And whichever one gets the most votes, we'll go from there, and then start to pick the class. Danny, I have not yet been a rogue yet. I was going to be last time. Is that not working? I thought I was able to see... Oh, I see the votes now. They're coming in. So far, we've got 1 for Artificer and 2 for Blood Hunter. Yeah, Danny, I have not yet been a rogue, and I think a rogue would be really, really good for solo adventures. I mean, I think that's kind of like... Well, they wouldn't get a lot of sneak attack, would they? Yeah, so I think yours eventually got... Yeah, you wouldn't get sneak attack. You would have to... get clever and use all of your bonus actions to like hide to get the that, or if you went with the what's it called, the magic one, that's the one I really, really like, the I can't remember what they're called, but if you went with that magic one, you could get a familiar, and then you could always have hide. Oh geez, guys. So, I'm going to go ahead, and if anybody hasn't voted yet, I'm about to close it up. Blood Hunter is about to win. I'll give it another second. Yeah, Dead Boy, I don't know if you watched NBA. Is that maybe that's the series that you started watching on our channel. Arcane Trickster, that's what I was thinking of, yeah. On NBA last week, one of the players that came into the arena was a swashbuckler rogue, and boy howdy, it was hard to hit that rogue. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Looks like we are going to be a Blood Hunter. Yeah, and it was Tiana. We could not hit Tiana. Cool, I have never been a Blood Hunter before. So, I always make it level 3, just because there are solo adventures that are level 1, but it seems like the ones I find usually are at least level 3. So, if I do the next one, Raven Citadel, I believe that's either level 3 or 4. And if I pick a different one and it is lower level than level 3, then I'll make... I'll lower its level, but just so we could pick like subclass. Does this have... I don't need to pick that right now. So like, what is this? Does anybody know anything about... How about we just pick the Blood Hunter order right now? So what is there? Ghost Slayer, Lycan, Mutant, and Profane Soul. Okay. Mutant, that sounds like either The Witcher or an X-Men. X-Man? Profane Soul. Yeah, so that was so funny though. Smashing those pumpkins. Let's see, what does Profane Soul... Oh, with Profane Soul you would get an otherworldly patron, Pact Magic... Oh. They get spells? Is it just propane? Propane. Bobber. Your weapon becomes a core to your pact with your dark patron. See, I think this is why I've never been a blood hunter. It seems like a lot you get to pick. How about this? How about we do... well, I'm not going to go through like all of them and do like Crimson Rite. What's Crimson Rite? Oh, that sounds really cool, actually. Ride of the Flame, the Frozen, or the Storm. Ooh. This all sounds really cool. Profane Soul. Okay. Let's just do that. So, it sounds like I've seen 3 people talk about Profane Soul, so let's go ahead and stick with Profane Soul. I don't know exactly like what that means, but it does sound cool. What about these? Which one's sticking out? So I will say when I was the Warlock, I went with the Fiend. So how about we don't do the Fiend, just because I've done it for my Warlock like 2 or 3 streams ago. I mean, I don't know what any of these do, really. Oh, no, yeah, so let's try, I think this is flavor. I think this, maybe it's just flavor. So how about I'll do Profane Soul, because it sounds like that would pair well with the Celestial. Maybe you get different kind of magic or something. Okay, well, what is this Profane Soul? What race are we going to be? Let's try to we'll get a couple thrown out in chat. And then once we get like 4 options, I mean, Asmal seems like the cliche, like easy one to go with, but Warforged? See, that's the thing about Blood Hunters. Like, I'm not even sure. Is there like a I want to like actually like just read like a brief like what monster. Okay, so they're like, okay, let me get a little overview of what this thing's like. Those who have taken the Order of the Profane Soul has seen the limits of hemocraft against some of the most ancient and cruel fiends and terrorists of the world. Unable to pursue beings of such power, creatures able to vanish amongst the noble without a trace or bend the mind, a warrior with a glance. Okay. Alright, I just wanted to kind of see what that was about so that I could look at these races. So, so I'm seeing Tiefling, Warforged, Tabaxi, Aasimar. Hey, Joe. It would be pretty funny for Tabaxi. Oh, man, I'm seeing a lot of people say Tabaxi, too, yeah. Alright, I'll definitely put Tabaxi up on this one. Reset. Go away. I'm trying to make these. There we go. I couldn't get the, next race. Tabaxi is definitely going on there. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and just do Tabaxi, because I see a lot of people agreeing that, Tabaxi Blood Hunter. Ooh, I really like that. I don't know if it's gonna, like, be good stat-wise. Okay, so, I usually do not like metagaming, when I'm making my character. Like, I don't really try to pair, like, the race and class based on, like, what stats I think would be best for it and things like that. Except for solo rolling. Because I get so close to death, and I sometimes do die. So I actually do try to meta game a little bit in solo rolling. Let's see. Okay, well, I want to be able to speak Celestial because I'm super good kitty cat. So what kind of stats am I supposed to get for a Blood Hunter? Do I do spells? Okay, so I can use simple weapons, martial weapons. So dexterity and intelligence are my saving throws. Okay. Spells, add spells. So I do get to do spells. Cool, cool, cool. That's awesome. So Are they? Do they just get to like? Oh no, you're good, dead boy. Blood curses. Has anybody played one before? I just don't know. I just don't know if like. So it seems like they're like. My dump stat would be straight. You know what? Yeah, if I'm going with dexterity, even if this is like a fighter class, which it may be, I'm not sure. Like warriors and paladins can even go strength being their dump stat. They can't get plate armor that way, but then you could just use finesse weapons and dex weapons and yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try to be a quick cat. It seems like, are these pretty similar to Eldritch Knight fighters, where they're like fighters but can also do some magic? Because that would be cool. I've always wanted to play one of those, actually. Oh, could I even be like a ranged fighter? I don't think it's the Witcher class. Yeah, that's how I'm picturing this. I don't think I want to be archery because the one time I played a ranger, everything in that adventure would swarm me, and then I couldn't get away and I couldn't use my range. Yeah, I am gonna want to do another monk here soon because I had a lot of fun on my monk. I think I might do 2-weapon fighting. That seems pretty good. I may end up changing this if I read a little bit about blood hunters and find out that that's not a good idea at all. And then what are these? Oh, your right damage is fire damage. Your right damage. I don't know what my right damage is. But I don't want fire because if I know anything, I know that the most damage resistant damage type that is out there among monsters in D&D 5e is fire. Now, what I don't know is if cold or lightning is next. I can't remember really ever seeing anything that's either cold or lightning resistant, but I'm kind of leaning towards lightning. Unless you all really want cold. Because I'm picturing lightning being a little bit more heavenly. I'm just, yeah, I don't know where my logic for that's coming, but it seems like it might fit a little bit better. And I know cats don't like the cold. Cats don't like cold. Yeah, lightning's so cool. One of my favorite characters I ever made was a Tempest of the Cleric, or Tempest of the Storm Cleric, and I loved that thing. Because I got to like pretty much be Thor. And at level 20 of that subclass, you can fly, and I was a turtle that unfortunately never got to level 20. But okay, cool. So proficiencies. I want to be just a cool backflipper kitty cat. So I got my back flips and my front flips. Back flips, acrobatics, front flips, athletics. Heck yeah. None of these. I'll do investigation. Because the Witcher can turn on his Witcher senses and track stuff in the video games. Okay, cool. We can try to build this now. We'll do dexterity. What's my spell? What's it called? Where does it say? Where does it say what my how do you know what your is it here? I'm trying to look for my spell stat. If anybody knows where I can find that. Spellcasting. It's intelligence. Intelligence for this character. Okay, cool. So I guess? Sure. I don't think anyone's gonna really like me. Equipment. Let's see what kind of equipment I can do. A martial weapon. Ooh. Well, if I get a martial weapon... what's a simple weapon? I don't even know what simple weapons are. Cause I need 2, right? Can you use 2 javelins? That would be funny. I really don't know what to put for this. For now, I'll just take a short sword, just cause. No, it's a rapier, just cause. And a hand crossbow, please. Or a light crossbow. I forget the difference in these. Studded leather, so I can do 6 flips. Awesome. Oh, you know what we didn't do, everybody? We didn't pick a picture. Okay, what is that? I think this one kind of looks more like it that I was picturing. Now we need a name, though. Tabaxis usually have like really weird names, like Bag of Nails. I thought that said ass. Alright, okay, come on. Fantasy name generator. Oh, here we go. Where's those kitty cat names? What's that? I don't know how to work this anymore. This all looks different to me. Where's the Dungeons and Dragons? Garfield. Okay, that's it. Garfield. But it's gotta be legally spelled different, so, Garfield. Garfield. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. Cool. Alright, guys. Next week you all can watch me play Garfield, the Tabaxi Blood Hunter. I'll try to, at least, like, look at, like, a refresher video on, like, how to play a Blood Hunter so that I don't get in and just get absolutely destroyed. Because I've only even played with the Blood Hunter, I think, once. My brother was one, and every time he leveled up, he would have, like, this big list of stuff to choose from, and I always told him, just, that seems way too confusing. They do seem very cool, and I'm very excited to try it out. I'm glad that we landed on this one. Yeah, sorry everybody, this one was a short one tonight. I did not realize I would be finishing the solo adventure in like 30 minutes. I didn't realize I was that close to the end of it. I will be recording an episode of Halfway to Heroes here in about an hour, so I guess this gives me a little bit of time to prep for that somewhat. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're not yet following us, please do. Click the heart above us. The one thing, a couple things coming up on this channel that I think you are going to want to know about is this coming Saturday, I will be playing Kids on Bikes, I think is going to be the system we chose. I was wanting to play a new system, so I've been looking through a lot of different tabletop systems recently, and I think the one we landed on is Kids on Bikes. So I'm going to be running a one-shot on that Saturday sometime, I think probably like 7:30 at night, Eastern. So stay tuned for that. This coming Monday, we have Modris Bloodsport Association again with a very cool group of players. The next Monday after that, we have got another MBA where it is actually all DMs Guild authors. Very excited for that. So tune in and watch and see who's going to be a part of that one. What else? There's something else on this channel. Oof, I cannot remember. We've got a lot of shows going on. Obviously, next Thursday, I will be doing this again. And Shitty Cowboys will be next Saturday, not this coming Saturday. And yeah, just go check out all of our podcasts that we're in. We've got Halfway to Heroes, One Shot Onslaught, Roll for Weird, and Dice Talk. You can just go to majesticgoose.com and find out about that. Yes, Sabai, Gerundu and I are planning for ranged attacks this time. We've got this one actually planned. Usually it's like 30 minutes before NBA starts. We try to come up with what the encounter is going to be. We actually came up with this one. Some of the last minute things came up for both of us last Monday, so we had a miss last Monday, unfortunately. But that group was very cool and very flexible, and they were able to scoot back 1 week for us. And also that gave us some time to come up with a really cool and fun adventure. So yes, if you're not, go ahead and join in on our Discord right there in that link. Does it work? That does work. We've got a lot of really cool merch on our website, majesticgoose.com/shop. I'm very picky when it comes to shirts, and all of the shirts I've gotten from that site, from that fulfillment center that we use, are just top notch, and I can actually wear them. Our old fulfillment center, I wasn't the biggest fan of. I've got a couple Halfway to Heroes shirts that I'll like wear them if it's like last resort. This fulfillment center on this website, that is not the case at all. Those are always the first shirts knocked out whenever laundry's done. Again, thank you all for watching. In 30 minutes, I know the Nerd Asylum will be having Barovian Beckon, so if your plan was to watch Twitch all night and I ruined that plan by finishing the adventure too quick, 30 minutes you'll have a really cool Curse of Strahd campaign to follow, so go check that out. And again, just thanks for watching. I'll see you all back here next Thursday. I need to find a book for kids on bikes, or will you be showing some character creation for that? Dead Boy, yes, we will be doing so we are actually going to, I know I just said bye, I'm sorry, but one of the things that instantly got me hooked onto Monster of the Week is back when we were trying to do a one-shot, and we started the stream, and you go around the table in Monster of the Week, and you do character relations and connections, and it's got this really cool guide to making your character descriptions and then making your connections with other people. And right away, all 5 of us that were making the characters just had so much fun coming up with those connections, and we loved it, and I got hooked right away. Kids on Bikes has a similar character creation that I am very excited to do, because it's going to be not myself, but everybody else playing, or the relationship prompts, or prompts as if you're like a teenager in like middle school, and it's gonna be really funny, like listening to, you know, who heard a rumor about this person and why this person's mad at this person and why they can't get over it. Very, very excited for the character creation of Kids on Bikes. So if you can only tune in for a little bit Saturday for Kids on Bikes, tune in for the very beginning, because the first 20 minutes or so is going to be probably my favorite part of the whole night. Very excited for that. Sorry to tangent. Again, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, everybody.